Hey everybody, welcome to Life is Sunny Lee with Kathy Jarvis. And it's been another busy, stressful week. We took the dog into the vet, and she's 13 years and 4 months and has trouble walking. She was a little bit late for her appointment, not this appointment, but for scheduling it, because I had to wait for some things to come in the mail. So we dressed her all up. She had on her lift harness, she had on her diaper, and we put the protection cover over the back seats of the car and lifted her up and took her into the vet. He had really no problem getting her into the car. He lifted and I took care of the legs and we got her in. And had no problem at the vet's. She did snap at him when he took the blood. And I thought she usually does this, but we had muscled her, thank goodness. And she was doing really well. He had the needle in, was getting ready to withdraw the blood, and she snapped at him, so he had to start all over. Cost her twice as much pain because she'd just been nice the first time. It would have been done, but we got it done. He looked at her eyes, said they were a bit cloudy, but he could still see the retina, and everything was okay there. Didn't see anything abnormal in her ears. I took pictures of her teeth because she doesn't like him to look at her teeth too well. So he studied the pictures and looked as well as he could and said that her teeth were okay. He didn't see any decays or any abscesses. So that was okay. Looked at the sores that I've been treating. Said I was doing the right thing with them and to continue treating them the way I was. So I'm doing that. We did take in the samples, the fecal and the urine sample, so I ran tests on those. So we waited for those tests and got those back. They were both negative. Well, the heartworm test and the fecal test were negative. The urine test did show bacteria, so she is on antibiotics for the next 14 days. So hopefully that will help, along with washing her. She's been doing really well as far as going out to the bathroom. She hasn't had any really major accidents, so we're on the right road there. They are going to do another test on the urine to rule out a couple other things that she may have. Her blood work was normal. Her liver enzymes were a little high, but they've been high for the last 2 years, so we're living with that. So anyway, we got her taken care of and got her first dose of medicine on Tuesday, I think it was. And so we're working on that.
You can hear the crash from the carnival rides, the pinball bells and ski box lights, watching that summer sun fade out of sight. There's a warm breeze blowing in off of the ocean, making his way past the hotel wall to feel the sun. Mary is hope over her shoes and her hands, says she'd like to feel the sand beneath her.
While that was going on, I started working on the table, the big old picnic table. I got it all sanded. It took 6 hours to sand it, and then I gave it they had the first coat of paint on by Wednesday, and had to wait 12 to 18 hours before I put the second coat on, mainly because the table is so old that it just kind of soaked the paint up. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm liking the way it looks right now. I'm liking it. Also on Tuesday we got stone, so he has been busy this week wheelbarrowing stone out to the new shed so we can put the floor to level it up to make it's on a downhill slope, and so he has to level the floor with gravel so it drains well. So that's what he's been doing this week. Gave his picnic table another coat of paint on Wednesday, and also started working in the greenhouses a little bit. We've gotten some rain outside, not really enough yet. We still need rain, but no rain in the greenhouses, so we had to water those. And we also took the time to do some weeding, and I started harvesting the dried peas for the seeds for next year and trimming those up. And I also trimmed up the Swiss chard, some of the leaves that we haven't been using it as quickly as we should, so a lot of the old leaves I took out. I have another plant there that's over a year old, and I trimmed it down pretty good so more new leaves would come up. Got rid of a lot of the old ones. By Thursday I had the picnic table, the last coat of paint on it, and so I spent a little bit of time cleaning out the garage looking for the varnish that I want to use for it. I bought this special varnish that you use on boats, marine varnish, and we had cleaned before and put that varnish away, so I had to find out where I put it. And our garages get messy quickly, so it was quite a little chore finding the varnish. But had 12 to 18 hours before I could use it, so I did find the varnish. So then I got to schedule out when I'm going to do it, and the paint takes 12 to 18 hours to dry, so I decided I'm not going to do it until Friday evening. And so that means I gotta move the cats out. So we're gonna put those crates out on the side porch. Since it's warmer out night, it's gonna be good for them. Put them out there for 2 days, or maybe even 3, however long it takes that varnish smell to go out. So we're gonna do that Friday night, I think. On Thursday, I also we went to town, did a few things. Got an order from Amazon, big order from Amazon. 3 packages. So came home Thursday afternoon, and those packages were waiting for us. Thursday we got another results back from another one of her tests, and they ruled out Cushing's disease, which is good. So we got one more test we're waiting on, and that's the test that they did on that skin tag to see if it was okay or not. So we're waiting on that test yet. But so far, he says no other medication, just the antibiotics, and then we'll test the urine again and see if it's all healed up and if she's still having a problem or not. Unpacked most of the things from Amazon. I still have 2 packages to unpack. One is 2 more raised beds for the outside garden, which I'm going to probably move the strawberries into one of them, and if not both of them, and eliminate 2 to 3 of the beds out there. So we're kind of condensing the garden and making it more safe for me, because the cement blocks have done well. 2 problems with them. One, as you can tell from this angle, they dip as the ground moves. So they're not even anymore. They used to be straight across even. Not like that anymore. Plus, I have the problem of weeds growing into these holes, and also little snakes like to go in there. So to eliminate that problem, I really do prefer the metal beds. No snakes. They're even. They won't dip down. And they look a lot better. Plus they're a little bit taller up, so I don't have to bend over quite as much, which is nice. One of the things that was in the box was this holder for the hose, so I don't have it all over the ground here, which will make it easier for me because I won't trip over it. And another thing is another trellis, like this one I've got the cucumbers on. That trellis is going to go in here for the peas. Now I've tried all kinds of ways to trellis the peas, and so far this trellis here with the bamboo sticks has been the best one I've found so far. This design over here that I use was not as successful. As you can see, they're all laying at the bottom. Well, this one did climb up, but neither one really performed the way I wanted it to, and I really enjoy the way that the cucumbers going up that trellis. So I bought another one for this bed, for this low greenhouse to put the peas on. So hopefully that will do well. And speaking of peas, I said I was harvesting the peas for seeds. You wait until they look almost like that. You can actually sometimes hear them rattling inside. And when they get to that stage, you just pick them, leave them finish drying, and you have your seeds for next year. These are getting close, but not quite ready yet. They still feel damp to your touch. These definitely have a little bit longer to go. And this one up here has a real long time to go yet. So that's what I've done. Swiss chard that's over a year old. Look at that massive root back there. That is one big root. So what I did was I cut down a lot of the old leaves. I left a few because I don't want to take them all down. But you can see already new ones are starting to sprout up. And I just cut those yesterday. Of course, I've got plenty of Swiss chard. I got that back there is the new that I just planted this year. Well, another thing that came in the packages was this kit for a sweater drying. It's 4 tiers, and I've got sweaters upstairs from last winter that I haven't washed yet because I don't have enough space to lay them out to dry individually, except for the floor. And with things going on up there with the plants and everything, I just didn't have room on the floor to lay these. So I bought this. Hopefully I can get all 4 of the sweaters washed and on this. Hopefully I can get this thing together. But that's the plan for Friday morning, is to get this stuff done. And I got some turnips and some beets that I need to freeze and work on that picnic table. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, stay busy. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Dream big, follow that dream. Bye, everybody.